site na kuruluna isi bismillahi wa ikana tingo menyinata iyo jota mira wadala barikane bulu bulaji ibulu babulo ni mara konte nyinkanta koso wulindi batodi kumbali ngotema ya josi la ngani yolu sayata ibulo sinandi yakunti jasolo be mamman janna kalo kubari te ka foko be bobata
The year 1965 is symbolic in the history of the Gambia. It marked the birth of a new nation and the birth of a distinguished son of the land who has had tremendous influence over the lives of his compatriots. Born in Kanilai in the country's western region, Yahya Jammeh attended St. Anthony's Primary School in Kanilai and later St. Edward's Primary School in Buyam, where he sat to the Common Entrance examination and joined Gambia High School on government scholarship in 1978. On completing high school, Jammeh enlisted in the military in 1984, where he rose through the ranks to the position of lieutenant and headed the military police unit of the Gambia National Army. In September 1993, the young lieutenant attended a military police training course at Port McClellan, Alabama, United States, where he obtained a diploma in military science. Months after his return from overseas training, Jammeh led one of Africa's most progressive revolutions that delivered Gambians from endemic poverty, socio-economic deprivation, and political marginalization. July 1994 was a turning point to the Gambia's quest for self-realization. When Jammeh led a peaceful and popular change of government, the story has since been different, and the picture dramatically transformed. Right from the onset, President Jammeh took up the ambitious and challenging task of making meaningful interventions in the key sectors of health, education, and agriculture. An unprecedented number of health facilities, including the famous AFPRC hospital in Farafenye and the Suleiman Junkung Hospital in Buyam, sprang up in all parts of the country, filling an ostensible void in health service delivery. The doctor-patient ratio witnessed a tremendous increase, and for once, the national rates for child and maternal mortality and morbidity were brought down to a record low.
In HIV, there are two things that we look out for: the CD4 count and the viral load.
In a fit of extraordinary endowment, Jammeh amazed the whole world when he announced his ability and willingness to contribute to treating patients living with HIV and AIDS.
I can raise my hand, and I raise my hand to be challenged by anybody, call a professor or a scientist, who knows AIDS more than I know. There's nobody today.
The potency of his special therapy soon attracted scores of people from far and near who had found at last in a man gifted by nature. HIV and AIDS had hitherto baffled the conventional world of science and medicine, and even the president's detractors could not help wondering in bemusement as Jammeh continued to render a rare service to humankind.
As a leader, your statement must be clear to everyone. There's no ambiguity. A leader like me, who has so many detractors in and out of the country, I have to make sure that whatever I deliver to the people is clearly understood by the people.
When Jammeh offered to provide treatment for complex medical conditions like asthma, diabetes, hypertension, and infertility, the number of patients seeking to meet him increased by the day. Beneficiaries of this robust regime of treatment are a living testimony to their efficacy. With an ardent personal interest in the advancement of agriculture, rooted in his back-to-the-land philosophy, Jammeh pioneered and guided the drive to revitalize the sector. For him, agricultural mechanization is a strategic conduit to boost large-scale production. In a bid to diversify agriculture and ensure food self-sufficiency, the president has personally acquired heavy-duty farm tractors and other machinery for farmers across the Gambia. As a dedicated farmer himself, President Jammeh operates massive agricultural projects in his home village of Kanilai and in other parts of the country. From vast fields of perennial crops and extensive orchards to big gardens of vegetable produce and a wide range of animal breeds, Jammeh's agricultural projects serve as a model for all those aspiring to take up this noble. The prioritization of agriculture has been a cornerstone of the Gambian leader's success. In his view, no modern nation can prosper without an educated population and well-trained labor force. Before his arrival on the national stage, secondary and tertiary education were a privilege for many locals. But the situation saw a drastic shift toward and affordability for all Gambians. Numerous basic cycle schools, secondary and tertiary institutions across the country, with the nation's first ever university, are crowning achievements in this sector. The remarkable records the president was able to register in education in such a short time earned him a doctorate degree from St. Mary's University in Canada. Hundreds of students trained in the Gambia in various disciplines continue to graduate from the University of the Gambia every year. Another major achievement by President Jammeh in the area of education is his creation of a special project to support school-going girls to promote gender parity in education. It is part of a broader scheme to offer assistance to thousands of Gambian students in pursuit of education both locally and internationally.
Though I went to Taiwan, I was a bit, low in knowledge. Like I was just a high school graduate. Now I'm a fully graduate petroleum engineer. So I think I'm well versed with the theoretical aspect of petroleum engineering.
Show our appreciation by giving back what given to us, even more.
With his direct personal initiative, a new network of first-class roads crisscross the length and breadth of the country. One of his first official accomplishments, the national television station, introduced a platform for education, information sharing, and the promotion of the country's arts and culture. Having joined the international satellite broadcast system, TV is poised to be the iconic representation of the Gambia everywhere in the world. The international gateway into the country is the Banjul International Airport, an imposing edifice conceived and implemented by President Jammeh as one of his pioneer projects. From West Africa's most beautiful airport, an excellent modern highway runs into the surrounding urban suburb with an impressive symmetry of streetlights extending all the way to the capital, Banjul. At the entrance of Banjul is the monumental Arch 22, a landmark symbolizing the change that Jammeh spearheaded in 1994. This trend of infrastructural development spreads like wildfire, covering every part of the country. The president has fulfilled a promise to electrify major towns and villages in provincial Gambia, and a government water supply project continues to surprise several settlements with pipe-borne water supply systems. Jammeh has been applauded and affirmed by a vast majority of Gambians. He won 3 consecutive internationally monitored elections, approved free and fair.
Do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of the Gambia according to law. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of the Gambia according to law. So help me God. So help me God.
From the very onset, he had the vision and foresight to institute an independent electoral commission that would